Kim, Sidewalks.
My needle drops. Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. And thanks for watching, y'all. I'm flattered by the fact that you guys watch, and I just wanted to tell you that, the channel is approaching 12,000 subscribers. We're growing, and as the channel gets more popular, it doesn't get harder to review albums. I mean, the albums that come out next week are going to come out next week whether I have 100 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers. But it gets harder to meet the demands of every single one of you guys who are sending me requests all the time. But you know what? That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. I'm up for the challenge of meeting as many review ideas as possible as you guys can try to throw at me. And besides, if it all gets really overwhelming, I could hand a few review spots over to Cal Chuchesta. Where the f*** is Cal? Who cares? This is an album that a lot of you guys have been requesting in the comments on my videos, and it's the new Matt and Kim Sidewalks. And I'm kind of surprised. I did not know I had that many Matt and Kim fans in my needle drops. I mean, who put all these Matt and Kim fans in my needle drops, man? But whatever. That's diversity. And diversity rules! Now, if you don't know, Matt and Kim are a New York duo. This is their third officially released LP, and they hit it pretty big last year with the album Grand, which didn't get the most rave reviews from critics, but somehow managed to get the band a really strong cult following anyway. That's a good thing. Reviewers. That album, to my knowledge, was self-recorded by the band, had a very rough, in-the-moment sound, strong influences coming from both modern pop and modern punk. It wasn't the most focused thing in the world, but extremely lovable because of its sheer energy. On Sidewalks, though, Matt and Kim pretty much throw all of those rough sounds from their earlier stuff out the window. Violently. They've got a shiny new studio sound here, and it's almost like they're a completely different band. If it wasn't for Matt's vocals, you would have a really hard time convincing me that this is the follow-up to Grand. And that's because a lot of the piano sounds from the last album are gone, replaced by much more synthesized keys, and Kim's drums sound huge and bombastic, almost like something out of a drum machine or a hip-hop single. There's some moments where the instrumentation gets an upgrade with a lot of glockenspiel. There are even some moments where some flutes pop up and add a really nice texture. But instrumentation isn't the flashiest thing on this album. For the most part, Sidewalks just kind of aims to make nice, straight, and to-the-point pop tunes. Really, the only unchanged element on this LP is the lyrics and personality that Matt and Kim have to offer. This stuff is lighthearted synth pop with heavy drum beats. It's bright and shiny music. It is good mood music. It is so unpretentious and unassuming. It's all about having a good time, hanging with friends, going out to eat, staying up late, just going outside and enjoying the world around you. And I'll admit, you know what, I'm not a huge Matt and Kim fan. I never have been. They've never really appealed to me. However, it's impossible for me to hate this band or hate their music in any capacity. If the songs here are any show of their personalities, of the way that they are in real life, then they've got to be really likable people. Now, you guys know that there are moments where I may let go of my inhibitions and enjoy something that is completely shameless in its joy, but this, sadly, is not one of those occasions. The only real danger you run into on this album and music like this is that it gets so happy and so smiley that it's obnoxiously waving it in your face. Maybe something like Owl City. But I don't think Sidewalks goes all that far down that road. There are some moments where, yeah, it's kind of too sweet, it's hurting my teeth, I might be getting a cavity, but there are hooks on here that are really too good to deny, like the song Cameras or the opener, Block After Block. My only real issue with this LP overall is that it's much more confined, it's much more orchestrated than Matt and Kim's earlier efforts, not a lot of danger and no extremes. But really, I'm on the fence with this album, and I wouldn't blame that on anything more than it just not being my cup of tea. I know a lot of fans may be a little sad that Matt and Kim have gone in a much poppier direction on this album, but if their bright and upbeat personalities have been what attracts you to their music, then this thing should not be a disappointment. I'm like a strong 5 on this right now, but I want to know what the Matt and Kim fans think. Are you in love with this LP? Are you hating it? And why? Favorite track? Least favorite track? And what should I review next? Thanks for watching. Matt and Kim, Sidewalks, Anthony Fantano, forever.